All right.
All right.
Welcome back to Dumb and Broke. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Chelsea.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
This is like the first time we're actually like really talking since I've been back, which is weird because yesterday I went to the gym, and as you all probably know, I go to Chelsea's gym, and I walked in, and like usually I'm able to like say hi to her and like catch up like really quick. But yesterday she was busy, so we didn't even get a chance to like catch up at all. And then like she just like went over the workout, and I worked out and then like left, and it was just like weird.
It is strange. It is always strange, and I've talked about this with you before. It's always just strange being in the same room with you and not just being able to have like a one-on-one conversation. I don't think we've had like a one-on-one conversation since our last podcast.
No, seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
so you guys are getting all of the fresh details.
I am a whole new person.
Honestly, same.
Yeah. I like kind of wish I was kidding, but I'm actually not, because I had a pretty horrible weekend. Like,
I hate that.
I know, like we joked, like I was like last week I was like, you can't have any fun without me, and you were like okay with that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go out of town and have so much fun, and like the complete opposite pretty much happened. You had a good weekend, it seemed like. And,
Well, I got obliterated.
okay, well, in my eyes that's a good weekend. Let's hear about your weekend.
I mean, not much to report from memory. So Friday night I did my usual. I stayed home. And Saturday I taught. And while I was teaching, our friend Tegan asked if I wanted to go to brunch. And I was like, yeah, I'll pop into brunch. So I taught 3 classes back to back, so 3 hours. So I'm nice and sweaty. And I was like, I'm just going to come. We did bottomless brunch. It was great, but her and I shared 4 bottles of champagne. And listen, I just don't have.
So you had 2 bottles of champagne to yourself,
basically.
Yeah.
Like I cannot go 1 for 1 with Tegan.
Yeah.
Like that's just something that I should know at this point. But I was feeling brand new, I guess. And I did, and I was just an obliterated mess. And I stayed out until 2 a.m. and then went home and hated every bit of my life on Sunday. Honestly, some Monday too. It hurt. It hurt bad.
See, I know for you, like what kind of night or day it's going to be if you show up in your like gym clothes.
Why is that always like the most ratchet nights? The most ratchet nights, I am in a sports bra, in my gym clothes, still sweaty.
Yeah. You've like gone out like Friday nights.
We've gone to clubs in gym clothes. Yeah.
Not we, you.
True. We have gone to clubs, but I have been in gym
Yes,
clothes.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because like you're like comfortable, like you're in your like that's like your true element.
That's my element.
Right? So
Yeah.
maybe that has something to do with it.
I mean,
Mix alcohol.
I've pulled some good looking men in my gym clothes.
You sure have. And some not so.
Okay. Next.
Well,
Tell me more about your weekend.
Well, I don't really want to.
Okay.
I did not have a great weekend. I mean, I did have a great weekend in a sense, but I'm not going to get into it. But there was like family drama, which is always so annoying. That's like way more exhausting than any other drama because
You're there for life,
but
regardless.
Yeah, but it is, but it isn't. I'm like kind of like getting to the point where I feel like I've been like this like people pleaser my whole life, and I'm like really over that. As I said that, I'm like, wow, I sound like Raquel explaining why she.
Oh my gosh. No, you're not a Raquel.
Yeah, I'm not a Raquel, but I do feel like I'm a people pleaser, and then that has like kind of backfired on me a lot. And I'm just like over that, and I don't want to be that person anymore. And I'm not gonna like walk on eggshells around people anymore. And like, I don't care if you're blood. I don't care if you're just a friend. I'm treating everyone equally.
We're setting boundaries.
We are setting
I talked about that in
boundaries.
therapy today.
Yeah.
We're setting boundaries.
Good. Yeah. I like, that's like my keyword for the year, I think is boundaries.
You want to get it tattooed on your ass?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it right now.
But other than that, I did have a good weekend because my sister, I was about to say my friend, but which actually is very true because my sister Nia, who lives in Lebanon, she is. I've always considered her like a best friend. We've always been really close because we're only a year and a half apart. Obviously, we live so far apart from each other, but we communicate every single day, and I got to meet my nephew, her son,
Aww.
her second boy. So that was really nice and special, and we spent like a whole long weekend together, and it was like really wholesome. We were in Minnesota, so like not much to do in Minnesota, so we just like went to Marshall's and Applebee's, and
We love a wholesome weekend.
right. So I mean, I love that. Like it's nice. So yeah.
And this next weekend coming up, you're playing in a tennis tournament.
A tennis tournament. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I need to like hype myself up, and but yeah, I'm playing in a tennis tournament, and I was thinking about this earlier. I just feel like everything in life is so mental. This is all gonna like come back to the tennis tournament.
Okay.
Like, and it's kind of going back to like boundaries and just kind of like, not being a people pleaser. I feel like it's all mental. Like we're able to kind of like frame our minds to, think and act a certain way. And I'm learning so much from like all this drama that I've had over the last few months. And I'm going to try to take that with me to the tennis tournament, because in the past when I've played like league tennis, I'm the type of person that like, if I'm losing, I just have like such a bad attitude where I'm like, whatever, like I'm going to lose this match anyways. Like, let me just like get it over with. And I'm just like a poor sport. Like I hate that because I hate losing, but I'm going to try to remember that that's all mental. Cause like, you can come back from whatever. Like
Exactly.
the thing about tennis is like it's not over until it's over. Like I've seen tennis matches where like people are down like by a lot and they just like bring it around and win it. So that's how I'm going to go into the tournament.
I love it. I'm going to check back in on that.
Okay.
For sure.
If I lose, it's because of my mental, not because of my skills. Okay.
If you lose, we're not going to talk about it next week.
Right.
What? No mention of a tournament.
What tennis tournament? No, but I'm excited about that. And it's in Boston, and I've never been to Boston, so that'll be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun. I think I'm going to go to a Mets game this weekend. It'll be my first Mets game.
Ooh, I was gonna say that sounds fun. It does sound kind of fun. You're going with Tegan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She told me, and I was like, good. I'm glad you guys are doing that while I'm not in town, because like I would go just to like hang out with you guys, but like baseball, sports, man.
The sun.
Yeah. Okay, I have a controversial opinion.
I'm ready.
Just one. We'll do controversial opinions later, but it's relevant. And I'm just gonna say it. And it might be a little triggering. But okay.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Most women don't actually like sports. Okay, let me take that back. Most women who say they like sports don't actually like sports. They do it because they think men will find that attractive. And I'm just saying most women who say they like sports, not all women who say they like sports.
That's probably true. Listen.
Right? Like I know a lot of women who right now are like from South Florida who are like, go Miami Heat, because they're like in the Super Bowl or whatever. But like, do you see?
Okay, well I know enough.
But like, I feel like there's a lot of that going on.
Right. I can believe that. As someone, I love to play sports. Like I am.
Well, you're an athlete.
Super competitive. Yes. I love to play sports. I'm not going to sit here and talk to a man about teams and players and whatnot. Like I like the energy of sporting events. I like to go. I like to be a part of it. Obviously, like I have my teams and I would like for them to win, but like 9 times out of 10, I'm not watching the game unless I'm like, we're like doing it for fun or we're going to a bar or something. Like I'm not sitting in my apartment watching sports on my TV. That's so funny. My boss actually came in yesterday and he was like, "Oh yeah, you saw the Nuggets one." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "You just moved here from Colorado." And I was like, "Okay."
Are the Nuggets a Colorado team?
Yeah. Like I know enough and I can like have
What
the
sport?
conversation, but basketball.
Oh.
But you lose me when you're talking about like individual people and like
Yes.
stats and
They'll
like
be like, yeah,
stuff. Like
Joe Schmo, he just hit his like 79th passing yard mile ball. I don't know.
or you know what's also annoying to me is when guys, because like I'm a Texas sports fan, so I'm a Cowboys fan, which I would say that's probably the biggest. Football is probably the biggest that I will like watch on TV. But I'll get guys that are like, name 5 players, and I'm like, no. I'm gonna wear this fucking sweater,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna look cute doing it, and I'm gonna say I'm a Cowboys fan because that makes my dad proud. So get off my ass. But yeah, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot why I thought of I know exactly why I thought about it. It's because of because I'm from South Florida and now I'm seeing everyone being a Miami Heat fan and I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't really care. It's just like a random thought that I had. But I mean, I like sports. I wouldn't say I'm like a sport fanatic by any means, but like I like attending.
You know a lot about tennis.
Well, oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot about tennis. I'm a big tennis fan. But like I like going to football games. I used to love going to like when I went to USF. I loved college football. That was always so fun. But like I couldn't tell you a single player on the field. Like I know what was going on. Like I know like the format. I know like how to play football. But yeah, I just think like there's some funny women out there. But also like, and I'm all like, if love what you love, like sports is cool and all. Like this is mainly for men who are like big sports fans who also like downplay things like astrology. It's like, honey, you're playing like fantasy football. Like that's not even real.
A game on TV is going to ruin your whole day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I've literally witnessed straight men like their whole attitude.
Lose emotion.
Yes.
Lose their minds. Yeah. Talk about how women are emotional. Emotional?
Kind of like that.
So emotional.
I
But
can
talk
see
about
the merch now. Emotionable.
emotional. But yeah, you talk about, but I've seen the most foul things happen when like somebody misses a goal, and my father included. Love him to death.
Oh yeah.
I used to record his like reactions to things, but I also thought this is like so ironic of a conversations because can I even speak?
I don't know. What is it?
Considering I got my degree in sport management. So I literally went to school and we're talking about, I'm like, oh, the business of sport is like really interesting. But but even then I didn't know the players.
And I worked in sports for 7 years, but like tennis. And I love tennis.
Yeah.
I also have like an Indianapolis Colts tattoo on my hand, but that's because
I think it's when you just like start rolling off stats at parties that I'm like, what are you trying to prove?
yeah. Yeah. But to each their own.
To each their own.
Love what you love who you love.
Love, live, laugh, love. I saw a meme today that said, we're going into a feral girl summer. It's live, laugh, scream.
Yes.
Live, laugh, scream.
Live, laugh, scream.
Yeah.
In any way that you take that. 'Cause
True.
I want to scream. That just reminded me of WAP. Make me scream, make me cream, make me. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the words. Anyway.
Anyways. But yeah, speaking of summer, I like, coming back from Minnesota, having not like the best time as I was expecting. I really want to have a good summer. Mm-hmm. I really want to have a good summer. I want to like just have so much fun. I'm like, as of right now in this very moment, like I don't even want to like worry about dating. I know we were texting about this earlier. Like I don't want to worry about anything besides me and having fun.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like recently I've been in a position where I've been in too little situations that are just could not be more the far opposite ends of the spectrum. Like someone being super into me and someone like breadcrumbing me. So there's like two ends, and I'm kind of like, listen, I'm just like not for it until there's that perfect happy medium that you just like leave me alone when I need to be left alone, and also give me attention when I need.
Exactly.
And if that never happens, that's okay. My dog gives me tons of attention.
I was about to
I've
say,
got friends.
you sound like a cat.
I sound like a cat. Yeah. Well, I probably do have some cat energy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Noah's my pal today.
Yeah, he's being sweet today. But yeah, because like he wants attention, but only when he wants attention.
True.
But yeah, meanwhile I'm like I'm still on Hinge. Like that's the only dating app I have on my phone, and I'm like unhinged, honestly. Like this guy messaged me first of all, and I wrote back within a reasonable time, like the same day, and it's been like 3 weeks. So last night I was just like, great talk. And I'm just like, he still hasn't responded. But like, bitch, respond to me. Why are you on here? And the worst part is like, we've matched before. I literally like have this guy's number in my phone because we've communicated like 2 years ago, and he did the same shit. Just,
oh my gosh.
Stop talking.
Like I would love to talk shit right now, but also that is me on Hinge. I am the person that doesn't respond.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, I'm going to talk to you. And then when they're like, let's meet up, then I stop. I just wanted a pen pal.
I just need you to come out the gates with something that's like really interesting and funny, and then I'll respond. But if you say, hey, how's your day going? I'm like,
that's not enough.
Silence.
Yeah. It's tough. Like, it's tough. Like, I don't get how people like
virtual dating.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok last night, and it was like a couple, and the guy was like, me looking at my boyfriend, remembering that we met online and now we share an apartment together. It's like, it's so weird. Like that happens all the time. Like people just like meet on an app, then they end up getting married.
Yeah.
I just don't see that for me.
I feel like it's just like power in numbers though. Power in numbers, like eventually it's going to come to it.
Yeah.
I saw this. I don't know if this is controversial. It's not really controversial. I think you're either one or the other. But someone said on a dating app, are you the person that would like to chat first and then see if you potentially want to meet up? Or are you the person that would like to meet up, see if there's a connection, and then chat?
I don't want too much chatter. Like let's have something to talk about on the date. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm the same.
Don't ask me about like my family, my job, and all this. Like let's just, hey, how's your night? You know, maybe like 2 days of like a little bit of chat.
Right.
But then after that,
honestly, I'm kind of in for guys that are just like, hey, you want to meet up and grab a drink? Now,
like
something like very
in the first message.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something just like very casual. Obviously, not a lot of time invested. Like, don't ask me to a full dinner with no conversation. But I just don't want to waste like my time and energy going back and forth and then meeting you in person and you like do something weird with your hands and then I have to cut off all ties.
That's so funny that you said that, because I'm the same way. Like I know I can find like the littlest thing. Is littlest a word? Littlest the most little. I think littlest. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We're not here trying to teach anyone a lesson, but like the smallest little thing can just like and like I'm afraid to like go on a date too, and then like they just like flare their nose too much or something.
There was one that got me. He was so nice. The guy was so nice, but we were at a bar and he was trying to get the bartender's attention and it was just like so passive with it. It's like, oh. And to just like try. And I was like, do you want me to do it?
Oh my God.
And that was it. That was what got me.
You were on a date with this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
I sent you a video, I think last night, of like it's like a guy riding a bicycle, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. But it's also so crazy. Like, I feel like I sound like a psychopath right now. That's just like, oh my God, nobody's good enough for me. But at the same time, like, I've dated so many men that are just like,
Period.
like what that I think back and I'm just like, why didn't I find things wrong with him? Like
Yeah.
now, so many things come to mind. But in the moment, it's just like, who's gonna blind you with, I don't know, some sort of charm? Like, I
Right.
feel like I'm just like blinded in the moment, and like what blinds you is crazy.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like hearing ourselves, like we're like who the fuck are we? But like
But I fall in love on the street.
on the subway for me. Today I was at the freaking laundromat and I fell in love with this guy who I don't even know his name. I didn't even hear his voice. But what was I gonna say?
I think it's just the mental commitment that's like, oh, I'm in love with you, rather than like, oh, I'm judging you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I think like the little icks that we're talking about just goes to show that like we're just not ready for, you know what I mean? Like if I'm ready for love, then like
Love.
then I think those things wouldn't bother me as much. But right now I'm just in a
I'm emotionally unavailable
you're much yeah.
until somebody comes around.
Yeah. I just wanna like have a true hot girl summer.
I think we should.
Yeah.
What I watched a TikTok that was talking about the last summer. We'll just call it the last summer, because this could be potentially the last summer that we're all single and together. So let's just treat it like it's the last summer.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
do just like the most for the plot.
yeah, I think we should go into it like that. Realistically, it's probably not the last summer, but
Okay, but we're going to say it's the last summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. Like me, you, and Tegan, I think one of us, most likely not me, is going to get into a relationship.
I don't think it's me either.
I think it's Tegan. I think it's Tegan. Man, I wish I had Tegan's abilities just to like.
And she has like stamina in so many ways.
She's so social. Like she can just like go out on a Tuesday and like rally and like be a nurse by Wednesday.
And I can't be a human for 36 hours.
Right. Yeah. I have like a little bit more stamina than you, but not as much as Tegan. And I envy that. Same. You know what I don't understand? I'm about to say our famous words. I saw a TikTok that.
Welcome to the TikTok news.
Right. There was a TikTok, and I see these videos all the time where like people are like, it's supposed to be like inspirational, and they're like, yeah, I quit my job 6 months ago and just bought a flight to Thailand, and I just never returned. I'm like, what? Like,
what life did you lead here?
right? Like, you failed to mention that you have a trust fund and like money isn't an issue for you. You failed to mention that part because, and I know people that have done this too, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds beautiful, and I'm glad that you're exploring the world, but no, that's not realistic. But I want to do it.
I think you could do it.
I couldn't.
This just shows how different on the spectrum. You're like a little more skeptical. I'm like unrealistically optimistic. I'm like, yeah, why not? Mine would be like my dog.
Yeah, but you really think that you could just like quit your career right now, like dog aside, and just like move to a country and be fine?
Yeah.
Really? Like financially, you think you'd be fine?
Oh, well, not in the state that I am currently, but I think if I decided, like, I think if I saved up for a few months and like had enough for like a month or two, yeah, I could do it.
And you would just like find a job out there?
Yeah, I'd figure it
I
out.
feel like these people aren't working out there. They're just like laying on the beach. Or maybe they are, but they failed to include that in their 30-second reel. Like, I need the real.
Yeah.
Real.
I don't know. I genuinely, I think I'd figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's for me, like, I think money just scares me. And this is probably just like trauma from like growing up pretty broke. So like I'm just now in a point in my life, like the last like couple of years, where I have a little bit more financial stability, and it's like now I'm getting comfortable in that. So that's why like I've always wanted to like more like be like freelance PR work, but I like the comfortability of working in like corporate America because of like a 401k and like PTO and all this stuff and benefits. But I know there's just so many perks from just like working for yourself, like being able to travel the world when you want to. You know?
Yeah.
I can't really do that.
I mean, I've already left corporate America and did that whole jump. So I guess that's not as scary. Don't get me wrong. I definitely don't want to be broke again. But if it was like, could I do it? I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to be broke. Welcome to Dumb and Broke.
Sometimes we are regardless.
Yeah. Oh my God. I actually wanted to say something about last week's podcast because we touched on a previous controversial opinion about pronouns, and I'm really proud of the podcast that we did last week, mainly because a few people had reached out and they either like apologize for voting one way or like someone asked some questions because I think that like for a lot of the polls they're maybe sometimes they're not super specific, they can be a little general, so I get like it can kind of be like tricky, and like I think the actual questions are usually pretty clear, but like the answers are usually like yes or no, you know, there's no like, well, you know what I mean? Not a lot of room for explanation. So I get how that can like get some people. And I think some people maybe didn't answer it the way that they wanted to. And then like they heard our podcast last week and
we're like, wait.
Yeah. But I just want to say like, I appreciate the people that like reached out and, you know, or, you know, apologetic, but also like understanding. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. I think it started a good conversation.
Yeah. But yeah, I know like afterwards, I was messaging you and Tegan about like, damn, did we like go in a little too hard? Like, cause I really don't want I don't want to make people feel bad. But then I thought about it and I'm like, you know, in 5 years from now, if we look back at that podcast, I think we're going to be proud that we did that.
I agree.
More than anything. So
yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets. Not even a letter. I hate that I said that.
I don't get it.
What movie was it? So he has a tattoo. No regrets.
Oh yeah,
not even a letter. I feel like that gets used so often though. It just wasn't very clever, and so now I just would like to retract it for the podcast.
Wait, that's from Dude, Where's My Car, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's
from. I couldn't even tell you. I just know that they sing "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" in it.
White Chicks? No.
No
regrets. That's not Dude, Where's My Car?
No.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Are we ready to get a little controversial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these are kind of silly fun.
Yeah.
So we'll rip through.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick a random one.
Okay.
Game of Thrones is ass.
So I actually loved Game of Thrones, and however, I am a person that watches TV typically at face value, especially when I'm watching it by myself. So I think I watched like the first couple of seasons on my own. It was just kind of like, yeah, it's okay. And then I watched it with a group who's like balls deep in the theories and everything. So we watched one episode together, and then afterward everybody talked about everything, and I was just like, did we watch the same show? But like hearing all of that and getting into it in that way made it a lot more interesting for me overall.
Maybe this is controversial, but I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
I think that's okay.
But I feel like people say that's like the greatest show of all time. So like to me that opinion is controversial, that it's ass. I don't think it. I don't have an opinion because I've never seen it, but I guarantee you it's not ass.
I mean, there's a lot of twist, and I think like the biggest thing about Game of Thrones is just like literally no one is safe. Like somebody could be a main character one time and then dead the next. So it's just like a mind fuck.
Yeah. I've heard there's
At
like
least for me.
I heard there's a lot of like intense scenes.
Yeah.
Like the R word that we're not allowed to say.
Oh. I was like, R.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think it's us. I just haven't seen it.
Any celeb crushes? Wow, so many. My number one of all time is Gerard Butler.
Oh,
Still to this day.
Gerard
Daddy.
Butler.
Daddy.
Okay, you can continue in a second, but like that reminded me. My first, I don't know if it was my first, but I was really obsessed with Tyson Ritter when I was younger, and
I don't even know who that is.
lead singer of All American Rejects.
Okay.
Something about him when I was young. I think that's how I like knew I was gay. It was because I like felt feelings. I didn't know what those feelings were, but like I liked Tyson Ritter.
You liked him.
Yeah. But I'm not like a big like celeb lover. Like I don't think I have that many celeb crushes, but let's hear more of yours.
I mean, I just say that, but at the same time, like, I don't know that I would ever want to meet him.
Wait, Gerard Butler?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
He was off of 300, but specifically P.S. I Love You is what did it for me. Who are you thinking of?
Gerard Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
I was wondering how you were tying that. I was like, okay, sick.
Yeah.
No.
Which weird. That would have been weird now that I like think about it. But
And
like,
think about just me.
yeah, you and whatever.
No, Gerard Butler
Okay.
with like 12 abs in
Yeah.
300. But that's not, I haven't even watched 300 all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but P.S. I Love You was, I mean, he's Irish, sweet,
Yeah. Yes.
wholesome,
Mm-hmm.
simp energy, but also,
I feel like there is someone like new that's been on that's caught my eye, and I can't think of who it is. I know I've always said like I've always found Harry Styles really attractive. We've already had this conversation. You're not like really into him. I can't. Damn. I know. I'm gonna like watch this back next week and be like, damn, this is who I meant to say. But maybe it's a good thing because maybe he'll come into my life and there's no
you're
evidence.
like, oh my gosh, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Have you ever, okay, this is a delusional confession. So I will get in such delusional periods where I will follow like either male celebrities or influencers that I like, and I'll just get into a point and I'm like, okay, we're manifesting this energy where we're going to be on the same level, and I'm like, wait, I don't want him to see that I follow him at that time. I don't want to seem like a fan, so I'll unfollow them.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think I do that too. I think that's why I like the person I'm thinking of, like I don't even follow them because I would hate for them to think I'm a fan.
Right. I'm not. We're actually meant to be together.
Yes. I do find, do you know who Omar Apollo is?
No.
He's like a new young singer. And I think he's so cute, but then I learned that he was like 26 and I was like,
Oof.
just a little too young for me.
Yeah, agreed.
Way too young for you.
Way too young for me. Not even in my pendulum swing.
Right. Right. He wouldn't even show up for you on.
Never.
He wouldn't show up for me on the dating apps either.
Yeah.
Because my lowest is 28 right now. So it's yours, right?
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, if I see somebody that's 28, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Same. Okay.
Next.
Peanut butter or jelly?
You got to choose either or.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, probably peanut butter.
What do you use jelly for besides peanut butter and jelly?
I love jelly.
What do you use it for?
So I'll put jelly on top of like cream cheese and eat it with crackers.
Oh,
Or like
that doesn't sound too
jelly
bad.
on a turkey sandwich. Like jam.
Really?
Oh yeah, I fuck heavy with jam.
Oh my god. I've never thought of that. But I love peanut butter though. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just like get a spoon.
I definitely just use, I eat peanut butter way more often.
Okay, peanut butter it is. What else do we got? This one's weird.
Original Little Mermaid is a racist.
Is that grammatically correct?
Is
Oh, like original,
the original Little Mermaid is a
like
racist?
Ariel, like her character.
Oh,
Is that what they're saying? Is a racist?
maybe they're saying the Little Mermaid is racist,
I don't know.
but I don't know how it's racist necessarily.
I don't
Like
like-
the original one,
I don't remember.
maybe because they were all white, but
If anything, the creator, you can say, is racist, I guess, but I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know either. But I can say we watched the new Little Mermaid,
yes.
and I think that is definitely my favorite live action Disney movie remake.
Yes.
by far.
I agree. Like by a landslide. It was so good.
For two people that aren't into musicals, the music, like, I felt that shit.
Me too. Like I like actually can proudly say I hate musicals for the most part. But the music, the thing is, the Little Mermaid music is good. Like it's good. Like I've always liked those songs, but they I feel like major improvement.
Yeah.
You know, like
It was kind of funny.
it was really funny, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Little Mermaid, Chloe Bailey, is that her name?
Good.
Chloe
I'm
Bailey.
not sure.
What a voice! Holy shit!
Crush.
Like the little minor changes that they did to the songs, like just like the belts and all that. I'm like, holy shit! Like it was fantastic. And Prince Eric, maybe that's my celeb crush because, ooh,
Yeah.
he was cute.
He was cute. He was my type.
Yes. At first, when he first appeared on the screen, I was like, really that? But then, like as like the movie went on, I was like, okay, I see it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't sing, so I can't like siren any man to love me. But overall, great movie.
Yeah.
Would recommend.
I remember like during it when Ursula came on, you were like, is that Melissa McCarthy? And my sister, when I saw her this weekend, she was like, I didn't know Melissa McCarthy was in the movie. I was like, I feel like they kind of downplayed her, like in the.
She did so good.
Yeah, like she was really funny. She played a really good Ursula, but I think it's like interesting that because I don't think like I remembered that. Like I don't think I went to the movie when we saw it and was like, oh my god, Melissa McCarthy's gonna be in this movie. Like when she came on the screen, I was like, oh yeah, like I kind of knew that. But they didn't really. I feel like they didn't like promote her that much.
No, I don't think so.
Weird, because she's like a
Weird.
big name.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a couple more.
Okay.
Next one, Greek yogurt as sour cream.
I mean, I think this is like somebody talking about like if you put it on tacos or something. I'm okay with that.
Do they taste the same?
Similar. I feel like a lot of like fitness people do it, or people that track macros do it because there's more protein in Greek yogurt. I've had it. I don't think it tastes bad, but
I'm gonna say no. Don't fuck with my sour cream. Sour cream is good as fuck.
sour cream is good.
Yeah, don't mess with my sour cream. I don't like yogurt like at all. Like I don't like yogurt.
I'm a yogurt gal.
What's like yogurt that you eat for breakfast?
Greek yogurt is like plain.
Okay. Do people have that for breakfast with like granola, Greek yogurt, or is it like?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm so unfamiliar with yogurt.
The yogurt world.
Yeah. I remember like the kids like would go crazy for Go-Gurt, and I hated that shit.
You didn't like Go-Gurt?
Ugh. I hate it. This like the smell of yogurt will make me vomit.
Okay,
Not to be dramatic.
So it's gonna be a no for Greek yogurt sour cream.
Absolutely not.
I'd do it though.
Okay. Let's do one more. You want to read it?
School should not be mandatory. And I just need whoever submitted this to elaborate. Because, like, what do you mean school should not be mandatory? We can't have idiots roaming the street. We already do, to be honest. I feel like school should maybe be a little bit more rigorous, or like maybe we should take care of teachers better. So, like, they want to stay in the field, or maybe have more teachers to less students so they get more individualized attention. But I definitely don't think that school should not be mandatory, because like
Wait, you do think it should be mandatory? Or you don't think it?
I do think it
Yeah,
should
yeah.
be mandatory. don't think it should not be. I do think it should
You
be
just said a lot
mandatory.
of like
double
not
negatives.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it should be mandatory, but I think it should be improved. Like we just can't afford for people to be dumber in
Yeah.
this world.
Yeah, I definitely think it should be mandatory, but I also think right now, at least public schooling is like mainly just like babysitting, honestly. It's a place where parents can drop off their kids so they can make money. I feel like the education system for the most part kind of sucks because I feel like we're not learning the basics that we need to learn. I mean, like at 17 years old when I decided to go to college, I signed all this paperwork for student loans, tens of thousands of dollars. I had no idea
Who let me do that?
Right.
Right.
As a 17-year-old, I was allowed to like sign for like $20,000 in loans, but at the same time, I couldn't buy a pack of cigarettes. I couldn't drink. I couldn't rent a car. I couldn't get a hotel room. But I can get $20,000. I don't think that makes sense.
It doesn't.
And maybe it's fine if they had taught me in school about like interest rates. I don't remember learning.
I do
about
think like more real world
Yeah.
subjects should be tackled.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I spent so much time just like farting around in school that yeah, they could have done more with that. Maybe, I mean, kind of in like as far as work goes, like it shouldn't be as long.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you go for 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know if this person is like talking about like public school or because both of my sisters or two of my sisters homeschool. So I don't know if there's, and I don't really know like what all is in place that they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they probably learn a lot more.
Probably. But it's funny that you said like the timing because I remember like being in school like my high school was like 7:40 to 2:40 and I remember just thinking like how long that day felt.
And here we are.
Yeah, I wish my day was 7:40 to 2:40 and then like went home, like watched TV, went outside.
It's like a summer Friday every day.
Like, damn, life is good.
Right. So I would like clarification on that.
Yeah. But also, wait, is school mandatory? Like, do you have to send your kid to school?
I don't know the answer to that
Right?
because I don't have a kid.
I want to
But
look
I
into
would
that.
feel like yes.
Like, would you get like as a parent would like not sending your
well,
kid?
and then like, what is the line though? Because people have dropped out like before high school. Obviously, you're not required to go the full 12 years.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I want to know. If you know, comment below.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
I was like, what are you?
I feel like
pointing,
we
they're
forget
pointing me
to
for something
like
else.
remind people. I feel like I've always get so annoyed like when I'm watching like YouTube videos and people are like, "Welcome back to the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video."
And there it is.
But I'm gonna say it: like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And that's a wrap.
That's a pod.
See you
See
next.
you next time. See.
You.
Let's do it
Ne-
together. See you next time.
Are we singing? All right, bye.
Bye.